All right, Sagittarius, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. Venus is slipping into your fourth house. There's a Saturn-Mars conjunction in your third house. And there's also in your fourth house a Neptune-Jupiter conjunction. With Venus there too, even though Venus isn't really conjunct the conjunction. Holy crap, what a beautiful energy radiating out, especially from your fourth house. It just could imply a lot of healing where family is concerned, and a lovingness that hasn't been there. Or a lovingness, an improved lovingness, or a desire to love and care for the family a hell of a lot more. I would love to know in the comments what you noticed. That's what I would love to know. Take it from let's call it an astrologer taking a survey. Let's see what you've noticed, especially when it comes to your fourth house, which, by the way, is your family, your home, the home that you've created, as well as the home that you've come from. And then we have, interestingly enough, Sagittarius, in your fifth house, Mercury has slipped in, and Mercury, Chiron, and the sun, because it's Aries, are all conjunct there, which gives us a very wise, sharp, we know what to do, we're making decisions. And I love that Chiron is a part of that, because it's almost like it's like you're wise in ways that you haven't been, especially where the fifth house is concerned, and that is love and romance. It's also real love. It's courage. It's what radiates from you. That should be really awesome. What a hot house to have as your fifth house. Damn. All right, so Sagittarius. This is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. I'm an astrologer and tarot card reader, so every single week I use astrology, tarot, and oracle cards to divine insights for you, so that you best know how to best use the energy for the week. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel and ring that bell, and you'll get notified every time I upload new messages for you. The Sagittarius comes out every single Tuesday at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Let's get this out of the way. Camera shot, come on. Let's get into the cards, Sagittarius. There's always an extended reading. And those links are below. I hope you'll join me, and I hope you'll consider joining my Unbound membership as well. That'll give you access to all the extendeds, unlimited access. Bring a gentle touch. Maybe you're getting sick of being gentle. It is healing energy. It's Virgo energy. It's cultivating energy, though. It's the sweet innocence of a beginning. And considering it's sort of flattened out, there could be impatience here, which, hey, is not exactly new for you. But your third house, where Mars is conjuncting Saturn, and your third house is the house of communications, one-on-one communications, education, learning, long distance, short distance travel. But it's also in Aquarius. So you could be might sick, which is the house of friendship, right? Which is the energy of friendship. You could be might sick of some shit people have been pulling, right? You could actually start to feel a little bit bullied, right? When that conjunction happens. Simply because it's almost like you're being pushed, or somebody is trying to like get their way with you, or make you do things their way. And this may honestly, or vice versa, you may be doing it to them. So this may be somebody, whoever this is fed up with bullshit. And it's not like they're out and out confronting you, or the confrontation is definitely happening. But ultimately, Sagittarius, there's a lack of giving a shit. Anyway, you start to feel that. Maybe don't mess with Sagittarius this week. Oh, I want you guys to write me and tell me what the hell is going on this. I really want to hear. I want to hear the annotated version of your experiences this week. Lay a solid foundation and spirit has your back. Maybe the cards aren't just aren't shuffling. Maybe it's too sticky and sweaty out here in San Diego because everybody's getting that. I almost feel like in some ways you're not really taking rules as seriously as you probably people are trying to want you to. It's almost like the mentality of somebody who just like sits there and nods their head as somebody's like reading the new rules for whatever the school that you're going to or the new job that you just got, and you're like, I don't know, just like knowing as you're nodding your head that you're not going to do any of them. Okay. Yeah, it's almost it feels like that. It feels like that from me to you. And ultimately that may lead you to more sass back. You may find more confrontations. Not really like violent confrontations, but like confrontations as in your characteristic Sagittarius wit and charm coming out in places that may be highly inappropriate, but because it is you, Sagittarius, you will get away with it. Take a leap of faith. Wow, trying something new. It's a good time. It's a good time for adventure. And you know what? You don't have to adventure across the world, right? You can have adventures in your own home. Like not in your own home, but like around your own home. This is just like taking a leap of faith in the opportunities that present themselves to you. And being willing to. We also have grasshopper here. We can't ignore the fact that grasshopper is a very lucky connotation. It's a lucky totem. So interesting. Ooh, you see clearly now. Something becomes evident to you that was not evident before. That's happening a lot now. It's because we're transitioning. We're transitioning into a more authentic self, and we're finishing up a lot of karmic cycles. So now is like realizing in some ways that maybe some motherfucker has been fake with you, or at least suspecting, you know, that somebody that maybe you had a lot of faith in, it's not necessarily even that they were false, but it was more like passive aggressive falseness. You know, so this is almost like, oh, and this doesn't even mean that you're trying to get them out of your life so much as it is now you're starting to understand what their behaviors really mean. You know, it's now you're starting to realize that when they're like, yeah, no, I think that will be okay. You realize, okay, so that's a no. That's what it is. It's kind of like that. I don't think it's making new enemies, right? That's not what I'm saying at all. I think that it's more of a time of calling people out on their behavior versus what they're saying. Which should be nothing new for you, actually. Trust in divine detours, and that is your energy. Realizing that, yeah, trust what you see and trust when things shift instead of resisting when things shift, right? So often it is our nature, Sagittarius or no, to to feel comfortable in our routine, to feel safer and more protected. This is feel comfortable in the shifts. Feeling comfortable with the changes, which is really nice energy because it means that when things are shifting or changing, you're not taking them personally. Which means you're not getting stuck in them and you're not being offended by them. There's a lack of defensiveness here. This energy really becomes more and more an I don't give a shit kind of energy. Not apathy, that's not what I'm saying at all. But as in, it's really not affecting me. You know, I don't really have to care that much. And if I see that something has shifted, I'm going to acknowledge the shift. Whether or not it makes you uncomfortable, not my problem. But ultimately, being able to separate your circus from the circus of other people's. Right? And your issues being your issues. Ooh, oh, there's also an opportunity coming for you. Oh, okay, we stop. Like, what kind of opportunity? What kind of opportunity? It's interesting how when what you see shifts, when your perspective shifts and you stop taking things so personally, you start to see more. That's really interesting. And what I meant by opportunity is you're going to know, like, there's going to be like this push of luck. How can you not feel it? I mean, right now, in terms of planets, your first house is empty. But Jupiter is with Neptune and Venus. That's a lot of luck, baby. And it's also a lot of sense of having hope and having faith and healing, or having hope and having faith in something that you're doing that will heal who you are, how you feel about yourself, your life, maybe even your body, right? So this is a sense of a change that's coming. Believe it. And now you see the opportunity, take it. So where's this opportunity coming from? Make your dreams real. The things, the projects, the things, the goals that you have been working on. It's almost like bam, a strike of luck, an opportunity is coming out. Take it, right? Life is speeding up really quick, and you could be going someplace, or just the energy of what you've been piecing together. Now, I don't know what it is, but I was going to say Spider-Man. All right, do you, Spider-Man. Making your dreams real, whatever you have been weaving. Because that's what spiders are. They're natural artists. They weave their homes, and what beautiful things their webs are. If you ever looked at them, they're very intricate. But that's what it is. It's like, whatever you've been working on, it's starting to speed up. Even if it's been slow, or maybe you're starting to speed up, your efficiency is leveling up. So it's not as hard for you, and you don't have to think as much. And maybe that's why the rules have been squashed a little bit, because you follow the rules when you're not safe. But you're feeling really comfortable. There's this level of ease that's coming this week, Sagittarius, so that you can feel like, okay, I'm getting the hang of this now. Like, I'm prepared to go a little bit quicker, go a little bit faster. I don't know what you guys have been learning or what projects you've been working on, but you'll start to see an uptick in your fluency with them and your confidence level with them. This is in the past, so this is interesting because you guys don't hang out in the past that much. Be loyal to what you love, and I swear to God, when I read this, I was like, be loyal to who you are. But then it's be loyal to what you love. And maybe the two are the same thing. And then we have Wombat, be at home, okay? Okay, so staying close to the homestead, or wanting to stay close to the homestead, or in the past, having really firmed up and figured out, what is my family? Who is my family? Where do I really feel comfortable, right? Also, a sense of loyalty to the family and surrender now, like a moth to a flame. There could have been a sense of just your family needed you, and so you were taking care of them. And it was almost like, all right, I got to do what I got to do. It's not even a question. I'm not going to be frustrated about it. I'm not going to, bang my head against the wall about it. I'm not going to be angry about it because I don't get to do other things. I just need to dive into this and take care of my family and be at home. This is in the past. So that could have been in some ways what slowed you down. But that is clearing up. You're starting to see the waves of the Red Sea part, right? The clouds clear. That's kind of what it is. You're seeing the clouds clear, and ultimately the way is becoming very evident. Yeah, I'm looking at the next round of cards. I want to get into fiery energy. Blame me for being a water sign. So many of my cards are not that energy. You know what I'm saying? Happy. It was a good damn time for you. You having fun, Sagittarius. Truth be told. Twice the owl has come out, which is wisdom or something that you understand now. It's happy news. Have you guys been getting x-rays or, you know, like inquiries into something in your system? Somebody's looking into something in your system? Because it could be news that you're happy at what they found, you're happy at what they discovered. As in medical, for some of you. Happy with what they discovered. Good news. Yeah, good news, but also the truth. In other words, finding something. Like finally having a name for something, or finally knowing what's going on instead of bumping your ass around in the dark and not being certain. So definitely something that you've been inquiring into is now clear. And it has like quantifiable answers. That's really good. And you can make choices based on that, right? Or it may be a surprise, right? That could be what the coyote is too. But it may be a surprise to you, but at least it's answers. And with these answers, there's sort of that optimistic tick in you that says, all right, well, now I know what the fuck to do about it. Right? It's not about sitting here and wallowing. It's about recognizing the freedom that having the answers gives me. Okay, so that's good news. And also being happy about something that you've discovered. I need to know what this is. I need to know what this is. I really, really do. What is this? Heartache and loss. What is that? I want that shit. Suffering in silence. Heartache and loss and suffering in silence. Have you been worried about something? Have you been worried about somebody? Have you been worried about something of yourself that you've been keeping silent in yourself? You haven't been talking about it much? Maybe that's the relief. You've actually come out and said it. You've told the truth, right? There's that sense of that Aquarian energy, that wise old owl. I see through things. I see what you're really feeling. I see what's really going on. Somebody has not been completely honest with you when it comes to something that they're going through. Ooh. The plot thickens. What now, or it's you. Now, if it's you, I don't have to inquire. You know what you've been keeping to yourself. But it's almost like let go of the rot. Share, talk about, say. This is a good time to just like let it out and let out what, maybe even what you've been really feeling about somebody or about somebody's attitude. Use the energy the way that it is impacting your life. It's not going to be the same scenario for everybody. But you have been really suffering, or somebody has been suffering. Did you just lose somebody that's close to you? Or you're worried about that? Because that's kind of what this feels like. Maybe, you've been so caught up in lots of other stuff, you really didn't take time to mourn their passing. A lot of times we do that because we're the ones trying to make everybody else happy. And we forget that we need to go through the grieving process too. And it may not be a death. It could just be worrying about heartache and loss. What is this? Just clarify, dude. Please clarify. What is this heartache and loss about? What is that about? Ace of Chalices. What is the heartache and loss about? Ace of Chalices would be a marriage. Or somebody that you're married to. Or a feeling of maybe fear regarding marriage or around a marriage. Am I going to lose you? What if I lost you? it's more contemplative. It doesn't necessarily have to be that you're actually going through a breakup, but it's a sense of, well, what if I lost you? You might be reflecting on that because what you're experiencing on the outside, and ultimately let yourself go through the emotions. This isn't about self-torment. This is about you enabling and honoring what you feel and allowing yourself to maybe put yourself into the scenario to really experience the full process of this grief or the reality of the sadness, right? And this could lead you to a far deeper appreciation of what you have, which is why it's coming around with happy. Because Ace of Chalices is upright. It's almost like, this is how I feel when I looked at the cards. I almost feel like Sagittarius, you're kind of like looking at the person that you love and you're like, what if I lost you? And you know, that's actually a beautiful sentiment, because I don't think that that's negative. I think that that's the actualization of your appreciation for the presence of that other human being in your life. Wow. Ooh. I still want to know more about this heartache and loss. Just to clarify, this is the King of Cups in reverse. That means that this is somebody who's depressed. Maybe somebody's depressed in your life. You know it, you feel it. Could be you. If it's you, this is a time of getting it off your chest, saying it, speaking it, letting people know, I need help. You know, this is a sense of somebody who is I got the Empress here. She looks like she has it all. But this is the King of Cups. The King of Cups in reverse is somebody who is emotionally unavailable. It's almost like being emotionally unavailable, looking like you have it all on the outside. And you do, you have a lot. But somehow you've distanced yourself from your emotions a little bit. Or somebody in your life has. Sagittarius. 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 You and your loved ones are safe. This has to do with your 4th house energy. Cancerian energy. Outwardly, this person looks like they all good, but they're not. FYI. Let's go deeper into it. I want to share more with you. Join me for your extended, guys. The links are below. Join the Unbound membership. And then, damn, you're going to get so much. I can't wait to see you. I'll see you guys soon.